What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another dope video. This video is actually a reaction video. I came across this video by a Nigerian Dubai-based forex trader called Dapo Williams. He explained how he did met an African billionaire who invested $1 million into his trading account, and you already know that's a life-changing opportunity. So we are going to go across the video and let's see what he said to the billionaire, how he was able to do it, the tricks and the strategy that he used to actually convince this billionaire to invest up to $1 million. Nowadays, even convincing someone to invest $100 seems impossible, not to talk of $1 million. So let's basically watch this video till the end. But before we jump straight to the video, if you are not yet a subscriber to my channel, kindly smash that subscription button, like this video, and also drop your comment if you actually know this trader called Dapo Williams, or if you're a part of his academy. Then click on the link in the description and join my Telegram community. Now, without wasting much of your time, let's quickly dive into the video.
Hey, what's happening, Forex traders? What's happening, people? Now, guys, today, once again, I want to share a story with you guys today as to how I was able to get a billionaire, an African billionaire, to invest in my.
First thing, I would actually like to comment the background where this guy is staying. You know, his shirt and the wall within his environment actually is too much. So kudos to him.
Trading whilst I was actually still in university. During my early days of trading, I want to share with you guys today what I said to him, what exactly did I present to him, because I know a lot of you guys are at the process whereby you're probably looking for investors. Sorry, my hand is hurting me. You're probably looking for investors to invest in your trading and you just don't know how to go about it. So today I want to share with you guys this life-changing experience, because for you to be able to get somebody to invest $1 million with you, you know, you have to have a certain level of skill set.
Facts. That's the reality. You need a certain set of skill set to actually convince somebody to even invest any amount of money into your trading account, not to talk of $1 million. Fact, bro.
I'm gonna sit down very soon, but before I even get into the nitty-gritties of the video, whereby I start obviously outlining the entire story, trust me guys, it's a very interesting story. I met one of the richest men in Africa, and he invested $1 million with me. So I'll share with you guys what I said to him, where I met him, you know, how the whole meeting happened, and what it feels like to meet an actual billionaire that's listed on the Forbes. So guys, well, before I do that, I want to take you guys outside. Let's see. All right guys, so once again, this is where I live in Dubai. Just wanted to quickly show you guys the view.
It said he's actually from Nigerian, but a Nigerian trader, but he is based in Dubai. As you can see, that's his environment over there in Dubai. Come on, that's crazy. This young man is living a crazy life, bro. Why won't he live a big life when he have a billionaire who invested $1 million into his trading account?
So guys, welcome back inside of the house. I'm sat here now and I can finally deliver this story to you guys. So sit back and relax. It's going to be really interesting. As always, I always recommend that you have your Coke and your popcorn beside you, because I can tell stories for days.
And for the sake of people following, I'm actually going to be forwarding this video, you know, when he seems to divert a little bit. I'll definitely forward it so that this video will be too long.
The thing is, I can tell you step by step how exactly everything happened. I have a very good memory. So like I was saying earlier, guys, I want to tell you guys how I was able to raise $1 million from an African billionaire. So for those of you guys who are watching this, like I said earlier, you're probably thinking, I want to take my trading to the next level, don't really have money, okay? Or you're thinking, what is the long-term game for me in Forex? I'm not going to lie to you guys. The long-term game for you in Forex is, at the end of the day, you have to take on some funding from an investor if you want to make it big.
Facts.
Okay?
Fact. You definitely need an investor, because your $100, $50 trading account can't take you anywhere. That's fact, bro. That's fact. And that's the real truth that no one will tell you out there on YouTube. Respect for you. Kudos to you, Dapo.
Trust me, I wanted to make it big. I came into this game because I wanted to live a good life. I wanted to drive fast cars. I wanted to live in the best city in the world. As you can see, I live in Dubai now. So earlier on in my trading career, I knew for a fact that $500 isn't going to make me $1 million. I needed to take on funds from an investor. But the way I was able to secure these funds was actually by coincidence, okay? But you see, one thing you need to understand is opportunity always favors the prepared mind.
Facts. In fact, I need to bring my book and my pen. Opportunity always favors the prepared mind. That's one good thing about Forex traders. They actually pour out a whole lot of knowledge. When you're listening to Forex trader, believe you me, you are definitely going to tap in a whole lot of knowledge from there that will definitely change your life.
Because it was already premeditated in my mind, when I eventually met the billionaire, things just kind of like moved a bit more smoothly. Now, over to the story itself. So this must have been about 2014 June. I think it was June, July. And I was it was summertime in the UK, Coventry.
That's long though.
Most of you guys know I spent a significant part of my life in the UK. I went to Coventry Business School. So I must have been in the gym. So I was in the gym working out. It's summertime. I'm working out. So in between my reps, right, I must have opened my phone. For those of you guys who go to the gym, in between your reps, you just want to check your Instagram. But at the time, Instagram stories wasn't really popping. It was Snapchat. So I opened my Snapchat and I found that a friend of mine had posted with the African billionaire. Now, for the sake of confidentiality, I cannot mention his name, but if you listen to the story, you'll probably be able to figure out who the person I'm referring to is. Okay, so I opened my phone. I saw she posted a story with. She posted a Snapchat story with him. Oh my god, the African billionaires here. I was like, I'm in the gym. I'm like, yo,
what the fuck is going on, bro?
Yeah, man, he's in my city, and being the person that I am, you guys know I am of an African descent. I'm Nigerian, okay? And one thing about Nigerians is we're very hardworking people. We take advantage of situations. We will definitely go for it. And as with most of my African brothers as well, shout out to everybody in South Africa, Uganda, wherever it is you're watching this from. As an African, because of the fact that we know where we're coming from, we never allow opportunities slip by our hands.
And that's the fucking truth, bro. That's just the simple truth. Africans, have this kind of hard environment, and no one will actually want to go back to where he is coming from. So definitely, all Africans want to make proper use of any opportunity they have. Test an African and see the change you can actually make.
And that's why I'm telling this story, so that you can prepare yourself for if this kind of situation arises, because most of the time there's situations whereby we run into opportunities like this, but we just don't know how to take them.
And do you agree with what you said, that Africans are always prepared? Tell me in the comment section, do you agree with what this young man actually did say? And do not forget that as you're watching the video, you have to subscribe to this channel, like it too.
Being the bad sharp guy that I am, I left the gym, so I called my friend. I was like, yo, listen, I'm hearing that this guy, so we call him Mr. Billionaire, right? Let's, for the sake of the video, call him Mr. Billionaire. So I was like, yo, Mr. Billionaire is in Coventry. He's in town. What's going to happen? He was like, okay, what are we going to? I'm like, listen, dude, I need you to do me one favor. I need you to meet me, because they were at the cathedral, okay? It was graduation. He had come into town for his niece's graduation. Nobody knew he was coming, right? Don't forget, this is Coventry. So I just told the guy, I told my friend, I said, listen, I need you to do me one favor, right? I need you to meet me at the cathedral with a comb. So obviously I met him at the cathedral, so I went into the bathroom and I combed my hair, because I used to have this really huge afro at the time. I combed my hair really nicely. I combed it, and I went to the bathroom, combed it, and by the time I came out, They had gone into the graduation, the whole graduation ceremony had kind of like kicked off. So I was sat on the stairs. I will never forget this, guys. It was a flight of stairs. I'm literally sat outside waiting for this graduation ceremony to be freaking over because I want to see this guy. So yeah, truth be told, you know, I was out at the time. I think they were in there for about 40 minutes, but to me it just felt like 5 minutes because I was anxious. I just wanted to see him. I just wanted to feel his presence. I just wanted to, you know, these kind of things, getting to meet a billionaire, okay? Obviously at the time, don't forget guys, I am in my first year of university.
Oh,
I'm in my first year of university. And I just figured out.
Whoa, first year in the university. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. And this is actually an encouragement to most of you out there who are in the college, university, and you'll be like, you can't combine forex trading and going to school. You can actually combine it. It's just a matter of you positioning yourself and going for what you want. Know how to balance it so that none will lack. This guy was in his first year in the university and already met an African billionaire who invested $1 million. We never had any story that he's a school dropout, which means he basically was trading and still went through school. Nothing is impossible in this forex industry. So wow, kudos to you.
I just figured out the top-down analysis. For those of you guys who follow me on YouTube, you know my methodology. I have this top-down approach which works very well. We get about 95% accuracy when it comes to analyzing and executing our trades. I right 95% of the time. 9 out of 10 times I am correct. So I just discovered this trading methodology in my first year. So I was feeling very frisky. I was happy. I was confident. I was like, you know what? Let this guy just come out. Now, so obviously he comes out with the rest of the graduates, and because of the fact that he was overseas, he was in a different ground, he was in Coventry, he was in the UK, people didn't really know who he was like that, as opposed to if he was back in his country in Africa, right? So this was kind of like an edge for me. I knew the guy, so once I saw him, I introduced myself straight away. Now when you see these people, you have to be very confident. You introduce yourself, like I was like, hi, my name is Dapo Willis. It's nice to meet you, sir. I probably hear this all the time, but I'm a huge fan of your work. I respect you a lot. He was just looking at me, and I was just kept on going, blah 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 blah.
Brainwash them, bro.
Fantastic, nice to meet you too. Okay, so he was like, what do you do here? Like, I come to school here, I introduce myself. I'm like, I'm a first year business management student, I've studied your work a lot. And I'm like, all right, cool. Now, what I want you guys to understand here is, you see what I've just done there? I just introduced myself. Now, that's the easy part. The difficult part is the next 25-30 seconds of the conversation, because you have to understand that, you see, billionaires have a very short attention span, very short, because think about it, everybody's trying to sell them something, everybody's trying to sell them this, trying to sell them that, blah 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 blah, say blah say blah say. So, and then at that time, you know, I could see in his eyes that because of everything that was going around, he was starting to get distracted. He was like, okay, this boy has introduced himself, you know. And you know, we Africans, we want to sell something or we want to beg for money, right?
Bro.
Never do any of these things. Never
facts.
See a rich person and beg them for money, and never see a rich person and try to sell them a business idea on the spot. Why shouldn't you do this? Because they keep getting, like, every single day of their lives, people are trying to sell them one business opportunity or the other, right?
Facts. Every day, millions of people either beg them for money, even forex traders out there. And that's why it will be so difficult for you to see any successful trader who actually give you money to trade forex. You know, most people will be like, I've been trading for a while, I just need funds to fund my forex accounts, I want to go live, I've passed FTMO free trial accounts, many of them, blah 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 blah, and I just need money. Can you borrow me some money? We'll share profits and all of those things. Forex mentors keep getting those kind of requests in hundreds and hundreds and thousands of times. So basically, they're already fed up with that kind of request, and definitely they won't give you a reply. So that's basically what this young man is trying to do, to relate. And I understand.
So moving forward, now I could tell from his eyes he was starting to get distracted. He was almost not paying attention to the conversation. So at this point, I had to hit him with something very profound. I had to hit him with some information that would throw him off balance. So I told him straight away, I was like, sir, I just wanted to quickly tell you something. I know you have to head up somewhere, but I just wanted to quickly share something with you. So I told him I'm a very young trader. I started trading at the time. I've been trading for maybe about 4 years, 3.5 years. I've probably been trading for about that period of time. So I told him, listen, I'm a young trader, and sir, I have, according to my analysis I have done at the moment, I can see that crude prices are about to drop, and I know for a fact that your net worth is directly tied with the stock market index in Nigeria. I take this again. I said, according to my analysis, I can tell that oil prices are going to fall, and if oil prices fall, this is going to have a negative effect on the Nigerian stock market, which your net worth is pretty much based on. So I didn't put it in such a way whereby I was kind of like threatening him, but I just told him, like, according to my observations, sir, I can see that oil prices are about to fall, and I know what this can mean to your net worth. But forget even about net worth. You see, most of these major financial institutions in New York and London, if they want to lend a billionaire money, they always look at stuff like your net worth, how well you've performed, and this kind of like gives you like a bargaining power for you to negotiate your loans, your debts, your risk, and all that. So if anything happens to his net worth, it would kind of like affect his business. He will drop in the Bloomberg ranking, he will drop in the Forbes ranking, and it will definitely like hinder his ability to negotiate certain deals. So you see, all of this came to my mind in a split second. Why? Because I'm a Forex trader at the end of the day.
Facts.
And I'm not an indicator-based trader. I'm not a signal-based trader. I trade the markets.
Simple. He is not an indicator-based trader and not a signal-based trader. I do tell you people all this all the time. You do not need indicator to succeed in this Forex. Indicators do not work. Signals do not work. Facts, pure price action, and that is how you will be able to predict cryptocurrency crash, just like you've seen me done previously. You'll be able to predict gold crash, metal crash, stock market crash. If you are a price action trader, price action traders are people, is definitely what controls the market, and not indicator, some sort of indicator that was built by a human being like you and I. Anybody can develop his or her own indicator, and all those things doesn't control the market.
And you see, with the way that I trade the market, with the top-down analysis, whereby I only use technical tools that are free on every single charting software, because I can understand price action, I can look at any single financial instrument and I can predict over 1,000 pips into the future. You're doubting me? You're doubting me? You're doubting me?
Fact, bro. No doubt. In fact, if you know this young man or you're part of his academy, do well and let me know in the comment section. This is pure wisdom.
You shouldn't doubt me at this point, because I've proven myself from January till date. We've been right 8 out of 10 times. About 8 or 9 out of 10 times, we probably had a couple of losing trades, but most of the trades I've called since January have been correct. Why? Because once you learn how to do price action properly, the professional way, you can look at any single financial instrument and you can read what exactly is about to happen. So because I have been trading, because of my approach to the Forex market, I was able to look at crude oil prices and I could tell they were about to drop. So this analysis was already in my head. So when I saw him, now this is exactly how technical analysis meets the real world. So I can go out there and I could shout oil prices about to drop. Why? Because I simply did a top-down analysis. Now you guys are wondering, top-down analysis, blah blah blah, what's this guy talking about? Well, top-down analysis is basically when you go from higher time frame and split thousands of pips into the future, scale down to lower time frames and trade in that direction, and you bang thousands of pips. When I told him this, he looked at me. He's like, what the hell is this little boy talking about? Oil prices are gonna fall. Guys, don't forget, at this time, oil prices were trading at about $102 a barrel. About that? Or between $98 a barrel and 102. Nigeria at the time, Goodluck Jonathan was the president. Spending. Oil money was coming in. Anytime I flew to Nigeria, everybody was happy. Dollars were coming from everywhere. $108 a barrel is what the crude prices were trading at the moment. And then oil is literally at its all-time highs, and then this little boy here is telling me oil prices are going to drop. He just looked at me. But the fact that I was bold enough to tell him that, and he could tell the confidence in me, yo, this boy is serious. I was like, okay, you say you've done your analysis? Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, so because I've told him something he's never heard before, now he wants to give me audience. So when you meet a billionaire the first time, you want to hit them with something that is quite profound, and you want to try as much as possible to tell them something that will make them want to see you again.
But
you never close on the first time. Your first time is to put your foot in, get that meeting, so that you are now in a normal environment where you can now close the billionaire. Now, Forex traders, hope you're listening to this when you're going to pitch your trading. Forex Mastery students, for those of you who are on the Forex Mastery course, shout out to you guys, love you guys very much. I know your trading must be doing fantastically well now after taking the course. When you analysis on things, hit them with something profound. Tell them something like, the cryptocurrency market isn't sustainable. You'll be like, really? Why? Because everybody like cryptocurrency, everybody talking crypto. Tell them something different. Tell them the cryptocurrency market isn't sustainable. Why? Because historically, it has no data. And if you have no historic data, it's almost impossible for you to predict the cryptocurrency market in the future. Technically, you have to understand that price action. So the way we use price action is we use historical price performance to predict what's going to happen in the future. And now if there's no historical price performance, how exactly can you predict the future accurately? See, the reason why it's easy to predict things like the Euro, USD, oil, gold is because those things we have historical data from 1974.
I think I agree with him on this. I do agree with him on this. Even now, why people are able to predict Bitcoin crash, Ethereum crash, was because at this stage Bitcoin actually rallied from 3,000 to 60,000. It already have some sort of historical action. Currently now, people are predicting the cryptocurrency market to do what? To go back to 60K, because it has already tapped into the 60K. So cryptocurrency can actually predict its rise, but predicting its crash might be very, very difficult unless you are experienced enough to understand chart patterns and chart behaviors. There are some chart patterns that you will start seeing in cryptocurrency. You will definitely have no other option than to remove your coin, and that was how we were able to predict the crash of Bitcoin some months ago. So I agree with him on this particular point.
If you look at most of my trading, you find out that I go way back, and my key levels come from way back. They come from way back. So, and I look at what's happened in the past, and once I'm able to gauge what's happened before, I'm now able to predict the future. So like I said, Forex Mastery students, or for those of you who are going to grab the course and eventually look for investors, remember this: whenever it is you meet somebody that is pretty well off, hit them with something like a bang. You don't have to say, it doesn't have to be cryptocurrency, but just say, sound smart. You see, indicators and signals will never allow you sound smart, because you're relying on two freaking lines to cross, stochastics and MACD, to this bullshit.
Fact. Because when Bitcoin was actually trading at about $60,000, I told those in my community to sell it off. That I'm seeing some crash coming. One young man came to my DM and was like, "Did you check your RSI before making this post? The RSI is showing that the Bitcoin was definitely going to do what was going to sell." I tried to correct this young man by telling him that you cannot use indicator to predict markets. That is not possible. He wanted to argue. I just left him mute. I think maybe on one of my other videos, I'm going to put the screenshot of his chats of the messages. Was actually funny trying to use RSI to predict the crash of Bitcoin. That's hilarious. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. All these indicators doesn't work. Look, if you definitely look at my chart, you see that it's a clean chart, and that's how professional traders do. Not just Dapo Williams, not just other people, but you definitely need to understand this. Else you want to be a scalper. But if you do not want to be a scalper, you just want to be a day trader / swing trader, you do not need indicator.
Whereas you're a technical analyst, why? So you should be like, why? Yeah, why? So anyways, back to the story before I digress. Where was I? So Mr. Billionaire was now, was caught off guard, and then at the time, so he summoned his PA, was like, come. He told me, say this thing again. So I said it to the PA. PA was like, said, take his number, collect his number. So me and the PA exchanged numbers. But guess what, guys? Guess something that happened. They never called me. Yeah. They never called me.
And most of it be like village people, bro.
They didn't call me until now. He flies back to his country. I'm back in Coventry. My trades are banging. I'm making a significant amount of money. I've just discovered the top-down analysis. I'm milking the market seriously, making some good money. My strategy is one of the best out there. I'm 2014 was my best trading year ever because I had done this big prediction on the euro on a higher time frame, and I had predicted like a 2,000 pip breakout, so to the downside. And this was during the time of quantitative easing by the Fed chairman at the time, Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen and Ben Bernanke. I think Janet Yellen took over from Ben Bernanke. So it was an amazing year. So all I was doing literally, guys, because I'd seen the entire move on the higher time frame and the market had broken out, all I was doing was when the market broke out on higher time frame, I was going to lower time frames, and all I was doing, guys, I was waiting for retracement and I was selling retracement. So I was holding my position. So at the end of the entire bearish run of 2,000 pips, I probably banked maybe like 7,000 pips. No joke. You know how I trade? Like when I get into, because I could see the whole move. Once I was selling, I wasn't closing. I was holding it. So I was looking fresh in the market and I messed it up. So guys, my trades are clicking. I'm giving massive projections. I'm telling people oil price is gonna. Now I'm bragging. Oil price. When you do your top-down analysis, mastery students, For those of you who want to grab the course,
let's forward, bro. Forward.
Price action technical analysis, not relying on indicators or signals once again, because you have no clue. You don't know what to say if you're relying on those things.
These guys are an enemy of indicators,
bro. At
bro.
what point the market was going to reverse, at what point the market was going to bounce. I knew all the levels. I knew everything. I had my charts to back it up clean. Finance people were looking at my charts and like, this guy knows what he's saying. At the time, so this is about 6 months later, I met the billionaire. So I'm speaking at the university, speaking. Now within this 6 months, guys, best believe the breakout on oil had happened. Oil had gone, started falling from 108, 92, 80, 70, 75, came down to 50, 52. Oil was tanking. In fact, my uncle from Nigeria, he called me like, yo, Daps, your prediction was spot on. He even wanted to give me money to trade for me. I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I have my own money, I'm trading, okay? Sorry, uncle. So oil started falling, guys. The breakout happened. It happened. And one thing about things like this is technicals first. Fundamentals will most likely always back up the technicals.
fact, just like what is happening now in Russia-Ukraine war affecting cryptocurrency, most people think that crypto is crashing because of Russia-Ukraine war, but that's a simple lie. That's a lie. That's not the truth. Cryptocurrency was already crashing. We made that prediction like 6 months ago. It was already crashing. So the fundamental, which happens to be the Russia and the Ukraine war, is just helping the crash or the technical to actually perform its technical work more faster. It would have definitely crashed, but fundamental will definitely push it more faster. And in fact, see, Forex is the same everywhere. Once you know what you are doing, it becomes simple.
So a fundamental news came out at the time. OPEC is always speaking. OPEC is always speaking. There's always going to be something about Iran or this or blah, 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 blah. Somebody's always speaking. But you realize that the market will react temporarily. But if the market is in a trend, you find out that the fundamental news will now push your technical prediction even further. So whilst the market was falling, OPEC kept on coming out with bad news. They were cutting production, this, that. No, they were not cutting production. They were boosting production, this, that. There was a glut of this thing in the market. One country has decided to do business with this country. Oil prices were falling. There was so much supply of oil in the world. And like I said, I was speaking at Hertfordshire University, and yes, at this time I now had an assistant. So I noticed that an assistant was flagging me that my phone was ringing. So I was like, okay, cool. Sorry guys, this video is quite long, but you need to listen to it to the very end. So my assistant was flagging me that my phone was ringing. So at the time at which I was speaking, so I told him that oil prices were going to drop from where it was to $28 a barrel. This was my prediction was $28 a barrel. As at the time I was speaking, oil didn't hit 28. Oil had hit 25. $3 lower than my prediction. Whoa, this is the lowest oil had been since maybe the 40s or the 50s. And this kid right here made the prediction bold. Like I had the chance to prove it up. And I was like, yo. So no, my assistant told me that oil, they brought the chart to me and they showed me oil has hit your target that you predicted, sir. I was like, wow. That's when I really, really confirmed that my approach to trading actually did work. That how I saw the market was actually the way to actually look at the market. That's when I was able to beat my chest and say, yes, top-down analysis can work for any single instrument as long as you apply it properly. Now, the next day, I'm chilling and then my phone rings and I see the number. It's a +234 number calling me from Nigeria, and lo and behold, it was the billionaire's assistant. It was like, hi, am I speaking to Dapo Willis? And I'm like, yeah, Dapo Willis.
What the fuck, bro?
He was like, okay, the billionaire would like to see you. When do you think you can be available for you to see him? I was like, he wants to see me? I was like, yes. He was not like, when are you available? That's when I'm like, when am I available? Let me check. Tomorrow. No. I told them I was available Friday. Guys, they sent his private jet came to pick me up. You have to understand that Coventry is a city where they don't allow flights to land. It's a private airstrip. Only the Queen of England lands there. The plane landed there, picked me up and flew me straight to meet the billionaire. This was the first ever time I'd ever been on a private jet in my life. That was my first time I ever boarded the jet. They picked me up and they flew me to go and see this man. So when I went to see the man, you see, so obviously I had to wait for about an hour because he was busy. So I eventually got to see him again, and he was like, young man, come on, have a seat. Like, what is happening right now? It's crazy. How did you know? Tell me, how did you know? And I was like, sir, I was telling you at the time. Wait, okay, let me see the prediction. What you see, you are looking at a chart. What kind of chart is that you saw? So I showed him my chart, and I always take screenshots of my chart. I always document my trades. For me, YouTube is actually a way for me to document my trades and keep myself accountable. So when I publish it and I state certain rules, it helps me stay accountable as well, and it helps me document my trades as well. And obviously, I'm able to share my free, my sniper analysis with you guys. So, and then I showed him. He was like, "Are you serious? Wow, but it's like, well, this thing looks a bit complex." I'm like, "I understand." He's like, "You understand this thing? So what are you studying?" I said, business management. Like, "You're not even studying finance." I'm like, "No, I'm studying business management." Long story short, guys, at this point, I didn't even need to say anything. He offered me. He was like, "Okay, can we make money from this thing?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course we can make money from this." He said, "How much did you make?" I probably made about 100,000 pounds shorting oil. I was 21, guys. Fuck it, man. I made 21. I made 100k pounds. Cool cash. I was shorting oil. Meanwhile, my friends that were living with me in my flat in Coventry, they were working for some restaurant or doing this, earning £6.50 an hour, £7 an hour. I stayed in my room. I made 100k cash, shorting oil, euro. I don't even want to go. The essence of this video is not to brag how much. I don't like to brag how much money I make from the market. I just feel it's a bit weird. So long story short, he was like, "Can we make money from this thing?" I'm like, yeah, of course we can make it. He's like, "Hey, show me. Do you make money? Show me." So I showed him. I said, "You make this money from this." Obviously, the money was changed to him. He was like, "Okay, I'm gonna give you some money for you to trade for me, but I want to test you. How much do you think you can trade?" Someone asks you that kind of question. Someone asks you that kind of question. How much do you think you can trade? I was like, Then he said, "What can you do with 10 million?
10 what?
Like 10 million what? Like 10 million euros. What can you do with 10 million euros?
10 million euros? What is going on?
I was like, a lot. So I now stepped in. So this is what, I'm going to round up the story here. So I now told him that he should relax, because you see, once your investors are excited, now they want to give you everything. They want you to take all the money they have. So I had to now tell him, "Okay, so this is what I can do. Give me $1 million US. Let's start from there. Let me see what I can do with this." Because at the same time, now you're taking on somebody's money. Okay, if anything goes wrong, it's $1 million, man. Even if my family sold everything they had, they can't pay this guy back. You get what I mean? So I couldn't lose it. The 10 million, imagine 10 million.
Wisdom.
Whoa.
Wisdom.
I like, give me 1 million, and then now lesson for those of you guys who are seeking for funding from investors. This is the most crucial part of the story. Always have a contract. In your contract, always state that you are allowed to have a maximum drawdown of minus 20%.
Facts.
This way, you give yourself some room to make mistakes. That's what they don't tell you. Because I see a lot of people run into issues because of this. You should have a minus 20% drawdown, in the sense that so this was what my contract stated, right? Obviously, they flew me back. Like, "All right, cool, you can go." I hugged him, he shook me. We're best friends now, by the way. I can call him. He calls me all the time. I'm best friends with the billionaire just because I know how to trade top-down analysis. So I flew back, drafted the contract, and I did something very smart. On the contract, I stated that if I lose up to 20% of this money, it's a circuit breaker. I have to give him back his money. So technically, he was investing 800k, worst case scenario. Because what usually happens to a lot of people when they take on funding is, once things start to go south, they don't know when to stop. And then instead of handing over the initial capital, or maybe the initial capital less, maybe by 10 or 15%, they end up blowing everything. So for me, obviously I knew I wasn't going to lose his money, but this will help me. That helped me sleep well at night. And when I was promising returns, I told him, "The best I can do for you, sir, on this money is 35% for the whole year." Don't go.
Fact. Do not go and be making some unrealistic promises. Like, telling your investor you're going to make 100% for him in a month. Some people even say 500% in a week. That's crazy. That's not accepted. You're actually creating a road that might lead you to jail. Yeah, and just like it said, I agree with him. Always give room for a loss. Your first trade might actually be a losing trade. That one is certain. So you want to have a room. Even your prop firms, companies, FTMO, my Forex fund, they give you a minimum, a maximum drawdown. Yeah, a maximum drawdown, a maximum daily drawdown. The amount you are permitted to lose. And such is to help them protect their capital for you not to blow up their capital. Even in real life investments, do not be carried away with the amount of money that your investor have been investing in you, because the way the money sounds big, when you lose it, you will understand that if you actually have that money, you wouldn't be looking for an investor. So this is wisdom popping out here for most of you who have the opportunity to get an investor.
They're promising to flip anybody's account. If any investor tells you, listen, if any investor tells you, I want 15% monthly, flee. I see a lot of Ponzi's. They say sophisticated investors understand the principles of investing. Anybody asking you to give them 15% every month is a broke person. That's not an investor. That's that is a 9-to-5 person. You want to go for top tier. I speak about this in depth. So I set the expectations very low. At the time, I was doing 120%, 125% in 2 months, 3 months. Don't forget, the thing was shocking me. Like the analysis was the banging. My euro was, it was an amazing time. So, moral of the story, guys: when you meet a billionaire, meet an investor, don't ask for money, don't beg for money, don't try and show any proposal. Conversation. Hit them with something profound that they've never heard before. Show your intelligence. Okay, always have the gold analysis at the top of your head, oil analysis, couple of currency pairs analysis. Just know your stuff. But if you keep depending on signals and indicators, you can never know your stuff. Okay, know your stuff, know your onions. And then last but not the least, when you're promising returns, keep it very realistic. 40% a year is fantastic. Maximum drawdown of -20%, and relax. You see, once I started trading his million, I was chilled. I set the trades the way I trade. You guys know, I set the trades and I go chill. And I had done 30% of his account by the end of that same month. I was done. So whatever it is I made on top of that was my money. That was exactly how I made the big bucks in Forex. This is a long video. If you stay till the very end of this video, I do commend you for staying till the very end. But my big break came on top of that $1 million, because by the end of that year, I had double that. I had done 86% of that money. So 860K, paid out 350. So I was sitting on about, from his money, I was sitting on about 500K cash from my own personal trading account. So I'll probably pushing about personal in my bank account at the end of 2000. And so I started trading his account 2015. So by the end of 2015, I was sitting with nothing less than maybe 800,000 pounds in my account. I was 22, guys.
Wow. We are definitely going to end this video here, and I hope this video did encourage you all in many ways. Actually did inspire you all in many ways. Thank you, Dapo Willis, for sharing your experience and the strategy that you used to actually convince a billionaire. I know that this will definitely help a whole lot of traders out there. If you know Dapo Willis, tell me about him on the comment section, because I do not really know much about him. So yeah, that will be all for this video. If you want to watch the full video, the link to his YouTube channel, link in this video, will be on the description. Do well and check it up and watch the full video so that you will get in and out of all he said. Do not also forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, then check on the link in the description and join my Telegram community. That will be all for this video, guys. See you in the next video. Bye for now.